Alrighty, let's talk masks in Photoshop. So, a couple things to note before we get started here. I've got two layers open. One layer just is going to be a quick little demo, give you the concepts and show you how it works. Another will be a demo where I'm using another student's work that doesn't have any lights or shadows and actually applying a mask to it to get shadows. So first things first, let's talk concept. When we go to masking, we need to think about this rhyme, and that is black conceals the pixels on a layer, white reveals the pixels on a layer, and 50% gray is going to be kind of a translucency where you'll see some of the pixels on that layer and some will be concealed depending on how much gray, like how light or how dark the gray is. So let's actually take a peek at this. I'm going to apply a mask, and you see that this top layer is like this pea green, and this bottom layer is this red, so you'll really see the mask through it. And when I apply a mask, remember that rhyme, white reveals, black conceals. Masks show up as a different little window in the layer panel, and you get some properties too. I'm going to use my brush, just a straight brush. I'm going to use a black brush, and I'm going to just make sure it's nice and hard here. There we go. And I'm just gonna pop a, a circle in here. And you can see that I'm now painting with black on a mask. And you can see that there's now a hole in this mask revealing the pixels beneath. But don't get confused. Remember the rhyme. Black conceals, white reveals. White is revealing all of the pixels on this layer, right? It's white, so it's revealing anything that's white. Anything that's black will be concealed on that layer. So right here, this little black circle is this little black circle. So I'm punching a hole in this layer so I can see underneath it. Let's keep going a little bit longer. So if you recall, black conceals the pixels on that layer. White reveals the pixels on that layer. Here's where it becomes really forgiving. Check this out. So now if I click on my mask, because I want to paint on the mask, you'll notice that my foreground and background color change to black and white because masks are channels that only take black information to white information. So now if I switch this and I paint on white, remember white reveals the pixels on a layer, whereas black conceals the pixels on a layer. So perfectly white layer means that I'm revealing all of the pixels on this layer. Perfectly black layer, I'm just going to go ahead and fill it with black, means that I'm concealing all of the pixels on this layer. And then I could come back in and paint white on that mask, subtly revealing different parts of that layer. Seems weird because I'm painting white and I'm getting green and I see red, but remember, I'm really just exposing the red from the layer underneath. And when I'm painting, I'm revealing the pixels on a layer that was otherwise masked. Okay, well, let's switch it to 50% opacity and see what happens here. So I'm going to be working with a 50% opacity opaque brush and painting white on this layer. And we can see that it is sort of there and sort of not. If I press and hold the shift button, I can see, oops, that turns it off, the alt button or option button, we can see what that mask looks like. 50% gray allows us to see 50% through the mask, which is kind of this weird opaque thing. If I have a softer brush, this just kind of naturally occurs. So I'm going to undo this. Yeah, there we go. I've got my softer brush, and now we can see that at the edges, press and hold Alt, it's got this softer kind of feather, and that allows you to see that subtle thing. Okay, so that's the concept of the mask. One more time. Black conceals the layer, white reveals the pixels on that layer, gray allows you to see through partially, and lighter gray would allow you to see through more, darker gray would allow you to see through less. And we can see here that if I press and hold Shift, I can turn my mask on and off. If I press and hold Alt and click on it, I can actually reveal the layer mask on the layer, or I can turn this layer off and you can see how it's interacting this way. So that's how layer masks work. Now let's apply that to something. I like this character, so I'm going to grab him and just jump him out. This is all work from one of the students that works at IOB. I'm just going to jump that one thing and then put it on a white background. Boom. So I've got this character here. Let's just conceal this or merge this down so that we're looking at the same thing. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a layer right on top of this. And I want this character to be in backlight. So he'll have what's called rim lighting on the back of him. In order to do that, I want the front to be significantly darker. So I'm going to choose, it's like kind of a yellowy blue. So I'm going to choose a complement of yellow, and that's going to be like this purpley thing. It's going to be a super dark purple. So instead of using black, I'm using a super dark purple. And you know what? I'm going to fill this whole layer. Now don't freak out. I can do a couple of things here. I can change the blending mode to darken it. Linear burn seems like it's doing pretty good. And then I can also change the opacity a little bit to kind of make that feel like that would be the shadow. Okay, liking that so far. On, off. Sorry, off, on. All right, now I want to put a mask on this layer. And with that layer, I'm then going to paint some stuff. So I will make a mask, and remember that mask will be completely white, which means it's revealing all of the purple right away. And then I'm going to come in with my brush. I'm going to bring it back up to 100% opacity, but I'm going to change the size and zoom in quite a bit. And then I'm just going to create like a little rim light on this character. So I got to paint. Remember, white is going, when I address the mask, is going to reveal everything. So I actually need to be painting in black. And I'm just going to paint this little rim light here. Right? And I can see behind it. Usually these characters will be isolated. I'm going to do some tricks here in just a second to isolate this and clean it up. But let's say that the rim light is catching the character here. All right, so here's my trick. I'm going to go select subject, selects the subject. It does a pretty good job on that. And now what I'll do is I'll come back to this layer and I'm going to invert that selection and fill it with black. And so now I get just that rim lighting on the part that I want, minus this. Here's also something else that's really forgiving. I'm able to just kind of paint in with white on these areas and make that rim light look all the better. So that's one of the reasons why I like masks. They're very forgiving. Then if I want something else to kind of feel like it's glowing, I can come back in and soften my brush a little bit. There we are. Shrink it down. Got to make sure I'm on the right layer. Hit X to quickly switch. I don't think I softened it. I think I hardened it. There we are. All right, one last thing. Right now I'm using a really big brush that's fully opaque. I'm going to use a small brush that's fully opaque. I'm going to use a big brush that's got like 10% opacity, and that gets you like an overall glow. So things to think about. The more you put on, the more it will glow. So that is rim lighting and using masks to get yourself a character. get yourself some highlights. So again, the mask is happening because I have filled a layer with a linear burn and changed it to 78% opacity. And then I've worked on the mask, so Alt to see the mask itself, and then Shift to turn it off. And then, so I've got my character fully local colored, fully illuminated. Now I've got it so it's as though the light is coming from behind. Cool, that's it.